saying I agree, especially if you're speaking with friends and you're just saying, yeah, I agree with you. Sounds so formal, but even if you're preparing for IELTS or if you're at work and you're just saying I agree all the time, you just sound like a robot and don't sound natural speaking in English. In this video lesson, I'll be sharing with you other ways to say I agree in English so that you can better express yourself with friends and also in work settings to have more meaningful conversations in English. Now, if this is the first time you're here on my YouTube channel, welcome. My name's Adriana from EnglishTeacherAdriana.com. I help English learners improve their English, boost their confidence to finally speak English confidently. If you'd like to drastically improve your confidence speaking in English, make sure to follow the next 2 steps. First of all, subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on notifications so that you get that bell when I post my next video lesson here to help you improve your confidence speaking in English. 2, download my free audio guide where I share with you exactly what you need to be doing every single day to help you get the confidence you deserve to speak English confidently. To download my free audio guide, make sure to click the link in the description below this video, enter your name, your email address, and I will send you my free audio guide. Now guys, while watching this video lesson, I strongly recommend that you use and apply the shadowing technique. So what is this? While you're watching and listening to me in this video lesson, say out loud exactly what it is that I'm saying. This will help you with your pronunciation, with your intonation, to master connected speech, but also help you remember these phrases and how to use them when speaking in English. Fantastic, you got that? Let's begin with the first phrase. Now the first phrase is a great, polite conversational phrase you could use instead of I agree. The phrase is, you took the words right out of my mouth. You took the words right out of my mouth. So here, instead of saying just I agree, you're expressing that, hey, I wouldn't say that, and you stole my thoughts. So for example, you told me maybe the chocolate isn't healthy. Actually, a lot of you did tell me that after my video where I taught you other ways of saying I think. If you haven't watched that, make sure to check it here. In this video, we'll be focusing on the chocolate isn't healthy as our example sentence. Instead of me just saying to you, hey, yeah, I agree, here I could use a phrase, you took the words right out of my mouth to express my agreement. Again, pronunciation, you took the words right out of my mouth. Right out of my mouth. Connected speech, right out of my mouth. Another really polite, great phrase to be using in conversational settings could be using the phrase, I couldn't have said it better. I couldn't have said it better. So for example, you told me, Adriana, chocolate isn't healthy. There are better alternatives. And I really agree with you. I love how you structured your thought, how you expressed yourself. Instead of just saying, I agree, I couldn't have said it better is a great way to express that you agree with that person. Again, pronunciation, I couldn't have said it better. I couldn't have said it better. But if you really agree with a person, like really agree with that person, then you could use the phrase, I couldn't agree with you more. I couldn't agree with you more. For example, chocolate isn't healthy. Yes, I couldn't agree with you more. Now, a less formal way, still polite, but a little less formal way of expressing this could also be using the phrase, you've hit the nail on the head. You've hit the nail on the head. So think of a nail and a hammer, and when you're banging it down, the nail goes down. There's nowhere else for it to move. And here, think of this nail. You agree with that person, exactly that's what they've said. Here, instead of just saying, yeah, I agree, this expresses in a strong way that you really agree. Again, pronunciation, you've hit the nail on the head. You've hit the nail on the head. But if you told me that, hey, Adriana, chocolate isn't healthy, and I wanted to be really formal, want to be really formal, a little bit posh, then here I could use the phrase, our thoughts are parallel. Our thoughts are parallel. Please note that this phrase is very formal. I don't use it quite often. Some English speakers do. If you like this phrase, if you want to be really formal, go ahead and use it. Again, pronunciation, our thoughts are parallel. Our thoughts are parallel. Another similar phrase, also very formal and very polite, is the phrase, we are in agreement. We are in agreement. So for example, maybe your board is deciding the fact whether chocolate is healthy, everybody agrees. So saying, yeah, we all agree. We are in agreement expresses in a formal way that you agree. Again, pronunciation, we are in agreement. We are in agreement. But an informal way, great to be using in conversational settings with friends and family, is the phrase, we're on the same page. We are on the same page. Here, this expresses that you both agree, think the same. Instead of saying, yeah, I agree, we're on the same page, we share the same thoughts. Again, pronunciation, we are on the same page. We are on the same page. But in conversations with friends and family, if they tell you, hey, chocolate isn't healthy, you're not going to sit there and just say, yeah, I agree, especially not with friends. Instead of saying, I agree, a great phrase to be using in this situation is the phrase, you can say that again. You can say that again. Here, this phrase expresses that you agree, say that again. Here, you're not telling them to literally say that phrase or say their statement again. It's a great phrase to be saying in conversational settings that you agree with them. Again, pronunciation, you can say that again. You can say that again. Notice how my voice goes up, intonation. You can say that again. Or a less formal phrase is, you got that straight. You got that straight. I personally don't use this quite often, but I do hear it in a lot of TV shows and movies. You got that straight. Great phrase to be using with friends and families to say that, hey, I agree. You got that straight. You got that straight. Also very similar to you got that straight is the phrase, you got that right. You got that right. Again, great to be using in informal settings with friends and family. Again, pronunciation, you got that right. You got that right. Now, other phrases you could use, still less formal, but a little bit more formal than the last two phrases, could be using with friends, family, even with co-workers, are the phrases, my thoughts exactly, my thoughts exactly. Great phrase to be using to express your agreement. For example, chocolate isn't healthy. You told me this. I say, my thoughts exactly. Here expressing that, yeah, I agree with you. Again, pronunciation, my thoughts exactly. My thoughts exactly. Or we are of one mind. We are of one mind. Here, this phrase is great to be using when somebody tells you, for example, tell me chocolate isn't healthy. I agree with you. And then we think the same. So instead of saying, hey, we think the same, I agree, we are of one mind. We are of one mind. The phrase, that's just what I was thinking. That's just what I was thinking. So here, if you agree, if you think that chocolate isn't healthy, that's just what I was thinking, great phrase to be using instead of I agree. Careful pronunciation, that's just what I was thinking. That's just what I was thinking. But a little bit more formal and a politer way of expressing this could be using the phrase, that's exactly how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. It's very polite, great to be using with friends, family, even with co-workers. That's exactly how I feel. Chocolate isn't healthy. Or the phrase, I had the same idea. I had the same idea. For example, I had the same idea. Chocolate isn't healthy. Again, pronunciation, I had the same idea. Careful, not idea, idea. Idea. I had the same idea. Now, of course, you don't always need to be using long statements to express your agreement in English. There are shorter phrases you can use, and you should actually be using with friends and family. Some of those being, of course. For example, of course, chocolate isn't healthy. Or, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. For example, you're absolutely right. Chocolate isn't healthy. You may also hear many native English speakers using so. I do this. For example, you're so right. You're so right. Chocolate isn't healthy. Also notice how we exaggerate the so. You're so right. You're so right. But in the situation that you agree with somebody, but maybe you're not happy that you agree with them. So for example, I personally love chocolate. And for the sake of this video lesson, I'm saying that it's not healthy. And if I'm just going to say, okay, I agree, but with a negative tone, instead of just using a negative tone and saying, I agree, I could use a phrase, I guess so. I guess so. Now this phrase, I guess so, it again means, yeah, I agree, I think. But many English speakers, and I use this phrase to agree with something, but really, I'm not that happy to be agreeing with that. A good example is this example, I guess chocolate isn't healthy. So I guess so, or I guess chocolate isn't healthy. You could also just use the words affirmative. Affirmative, chocolate isn't healthy. Affirmative, chocolate isn't healthy. This is very formal. Some English speakers use it. It's okay to be using it in a work setting, but this is very posh, very polite, and very formal. This formal word you could use is definitely, 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 chocolate isn't healthy. Or you got it, chocolate isn't healthy. Borderline slang, a lot of teens using this, you'll hear this in TV shows. You got it, chocolate isn't healthy. Very similar to you got it is that's right, chocolate isn't healthy. That's right, chocolate isn't healthy. Careful with the pronunciation, it's not a right, don't roll the R, right, that's right. Now if you really agree with somebody, you could simply use a phrase, word, amen. Now, if you're familiar with this word, if you pray, usually we say this word at the end of a prayer, amen. But even in spoken situations, if you really agree with somebody, you could just say, amen to that. And also, of course, the words yep and sure, great words to be expressing your agreement. For example, yep, chocolate's healthy, or sure, chocolate's healthy. Remember guys, that practice makes perfect. Make sure to watch this video lesson a few times. Use and apply the shadowing technique. Listen and repeat out loud at the same time as me to help you better remember and use these new phrases when speaking in English. Now guys, let's take it one step further now, the second time that you watch this video. While you're watching the video for the second or even the third time, make sure to choose 5 new expressions you've learned in this video lesson and to create example sentences. Create situations relatable to you in situations that you find yourself in everyday situations. Leave your example sentences in the comments below this video so that we can get a little bit of a library happening down there so that you can better remember and most importantly, use these phrases when speaking in English. Also guys, if you like this video lesson, make sure to let me know by smashing that like button. Like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on notifications so that you know you get that bell when I post my next video lesson here to help you improve your confidence speaking in English. Thank you for watching, thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in my next lesson. Bye for now.